Hi friends, Ruel here for Tabletop Tonight. I'm excited to be sharing with you all the games that I got at Gen Con. Yes, this is my Gen Con Haul 2023. So the first thing I got was a 3-pack of games, and these are actually expansions for cartographers from our friends at Thunderworks Games. So these are 3 all-new maps. I haven't even, you can see I haven't even opened these. So I love cartographers, and I've played with some of the expansion maps already, the first batch. So these are 3 new ones I'm looking forward to. We got Frozen Expanse, Kethra's Step, and Hornhelm, the Wasteland Market. So really looking forward to that. Excuse me. So all of these games that I'm going to be showing you, these were provided to me by various publishers. I did buy some games, and I'll talk about those at the end, and also got gifted a couple of games too. So very kind of folks to reach out and give me games. This is awesome. The next one I received from Japanime Games is Banana. I want to say, am I saying it right? Banania. This is a kitty who lives in a banana. Super cute. I can't wait to play this because I know the designer, Chelsea Schwartz. I'm super excited to try this. So shout out to Chelsea for getting her first game published. And I mean, it's got bananas and kitties. It's cute. It's a must play. All right, so I'm just dropping all the games here. I'm going to take care of the stack of games later that's on my floor. So I've got 3 others here from DeVere Games. And actually, I have a 4th DeVere game, which I'll talk about in a second here. But these are from their small box series. I love that they're doing these now. So we got Yokai Sketch. This is a set collection game. Blind Business. This one, is this set collection? I forget. I know you're trying to, it's super cute. You know, it's a bunch of kids trying, and is it kids and or like animals or whatever, characters, trying to take down a piñata. So, you know, you got your blindfold hidden in piñata. I have not gone through all of these games, but I've got a, you know, fair, I mean, they're small box games. I love these, so I can't wait to play them. I have another one called Veggies. Now, I actually got mixed up. I thought there was a game that I really enjoyed called Veggie Stock, which I never had a copy with, and I thought this was Veggie Stock, but this is actually Veggies. I think this is a more along like a almost like a Sprawlopolis, where you're trying to lay cards in certain order in order to you know, get all the veggies lined up the way you want to score. So those are 3 small box games from DeVere Games. Onto the floor and back over to this big stack that y'all can't see. This is Everything Ever from our friends at Floodgate Games, and I also got a promo. So I had forgotten that. Well, I didn't forget, but I'd received a bunch of stuff right before I left for my trip at Gen Con, and this was actually in there. So I have another set of these promos. I got one at the show, and I got one in the mail. But anyways, Everything Ever, a fun, clever little party game where you have category cards, and you're just trying to name all the things for that category. So, for example, there's every song with the name of a city or country, or every animal sound. Okay, so you're gonna go around the table. Everyone's gonna try to say that, and then finally, when someone can't name something, then they take the card, and you're trying to win by taking the fewest cards. So there's like a timer involved. It's a super quick game, 20 minutes, 2 to 10 players. I know I'm gonna be playing this because my family loves party games, and like you all, you know, there are situations for this, family gatherings or parties with non-gamers. This is a perfect type of game. So that's Everything Ever from Floodgate. Let's look out. Oh, here's another good party game. This one's Glitch Squad. I'd never heard about this game until I went to the Resonim booth. I cannot say their name correctly. So Resonim, I am sorry, but thank you, friends, for the copy of Glitch Squad. This is 3 to 8 players, and you actually are trying to trick players. So it's a word game. You're going to write down, there's a you know, a certain word you're trying to get people to guess or not guess, and you have 3 words, or you write down 3 words on your little Glitch Squad little sheet here. And then one of those, you're gonna write 2 words that have to do with it, and then a 3rd word that doesn't have to do with it. So you're gonna mix them up. So you're trying to get the words all the way around players write 3 clues about the evidence. Opponents take on the role of glitch. Change one of the clues. That's right. So you write 3 clues for the word, and then when you pass it on to the next player, they're going to erase one and switch it out, so it's a glitch word. So it was a really fun little demo that they showed me how to play. So I can't wait to actually play this. again, I think this is going to be a hit at, a party with non-gamers or casual gamers, and I'm definitely bringing this to my next family party. That's Glitch Squad. What else we got here? We've got, I went to the AEG event with a bunch of content creators, and I always love the AEG event because it's across the street at the Westin in one of the presidential suites. It's just really like well organized. They've got, a video to talk about their upcoming releases with a, calendar. It's really informative. And then at the end of it, they give you a bag of swag. So in the bag, you're going to see a few of these. Now, two of them I already give away because I actually had two of the games. It was Point Salad and Deep Dive. So, I was going to bring them home and give them away on my channel, but I realized I had limited room in my bags. So, I had 3 bags I was checking in. So each one can only hold up to 50 pounds. And, I was doing the old Tetris thing like late Sunday night because my flight was Monday morning, trying to fit all these games. So I'm actually glad I didn't have those 2 games because they would not have fit. So Deep Dive and Point City I gave away to friends, and I love those games, so I had my copies. I'm happy to share. But this one was also from AEG, the new Smash Up expansion, and this is Excellent Movies Dudes. And as you know, if you played Smash Up before, you have different factions. You smash them up. You take 2 factions, smash them all up, and then you play basically area control. Really fun game. It's one of their evergreen titles. They're always coming out with expansions. I want to play this one. So my buddy Oscar is a huge fan of Smash Up. I think he has everything. So this one I'm excited to add to his collection, and we're gonna play. This one's got like Ghostbusters. It's got Back to the Future, RoboCop. I know there's like some there's Arnold Schwarzenegger like Terminator Commando references. Of course, they're all like copyright free. They're just like close to the original, but not the actual original. So this is the new Smash Up expansion. And what else we got? Oh, speaking of EG, I'm excited about this Number Drop. Now, this is a roll and write game using Tetris style pieces. That's all you had to say. I'm all in. Y'all know how much Michelle and I love roll and writes, and we love polyomino games. This looks like looks like the best of both worlds. I opened it up. I quickly skimmed the rules, and you are trying to fill up the rows with the numbers. And I think it's if you have similar numbers, you can make a shape, or numbers in consecutive order, you can make a shape, and you're trying to fill up your board, of course. So that is Number Drop. This one was a surprise to me because I think I might have heard about this one, but the thing is, one of the designers is Benoit Turpin. He is the person behind Welcome to, one of the all-time great roll and writes. So he is back in the roll and write business with a co-designer, Florian Seru, I believe it is. So looking forward to that and seeing how that plays. Okay, what else I got here? I got some random stuff here as well I should show off. I'm really excited about this. This is a Fantastic Factories playmat. I was so stoked to see this. Now, Deepwater Games, they had changed their name to a new name, and it's like totally right. It's gone right out of my head. But I will put it in the show notes below so you can check that out. But anyways, Fantastic Factory is one of my favorite engine building games. And this is exciting because it's a 2-sided mat for the regular game, multiplayer. But most importantly for me, the solo mode. If you've seen here on the channel, I've played this game solo a few times on the channel. I usually live stream it and then I'll put it here on YouTube. But yeah, having this mat's going to make it that much nicer. I'm excited about that. What else do I have here? Oh, a couple of little things, a neat little blinged out things for Hero Quest. I recently played Hero Quest for the first time, and this is like a classic game, right? The OG dungeon crawler. I played with Becca Scott and friends over there on the Good Time Society. So when I get my copy of Hero Quest, I'm going to have the blinged out dice and the blinged out scroll dice mat and storage. So thanks to friends at Avalon Hill for that. Put that over here. I've got a couple more things here, which I'm going to talk about. Well, let's get the game first. This one, folks, probably the game of the convention. One of the games of the convention. Well, we all know what the game of the convention was. Lorcana. Disney Lorcana, the light magic or Pokemon style game, that collectible card game that people went nuts over. And I will not stop saying this. Y'all, get your act under control. It was ridiculous to see people almost fighting. It was like Black Friday. It was really disheartening to see. So hopefully the people involved, I know it's just a few bad apples, but y'all need to control yourselves. I mean, knocking people over and just treating staff poorly, not a good look. But anyways, enough of that. Sky Team was a huge hit, and this game here, and you'll be seeing it on the Rahdo Runs Through channel with yours truly playing. I'm really excited about that. That's going to be out soon. But two-player cooperative game where one player's a pilot, the other's a co-pilot. You're trying to land a plane, and you have sections of the game where you can't talk. It's really brilliant the way they did this. So be sure to check out the live stream about that real soon. I'll probably, I got to stream it on my channel too. I'm going to live stream it on my channel, my Twitch channel, and you will see the video that Richard and I did on the Rahdo Runs Through channel. So this, folks, secret, it's actually a demo copy. They sold out of this game every day of the con. I talked to T over there. Thank you, T, for providing me a demo copy. So it's funny. My friends Christina and Shu from the Going Analog podcast, Christina was calling this the cooties copy. Yes, everyone had touched this. Millions of people have touched this, but you know what? I took the Santa wipes, wipes, and I feel like it's safe. So I've played it a couple of times, and I think it's wonderful. And one of my favorite games from the con for sure. Okay, moving on. Oh, back to Rasanim games, the one that did Glitch Squad. I don't have a copy of Phantom Inc., and thankfully they gave me one. This is a word game where you're trying to, what is it? It's been so long since I've talked about this. The secret object are both of these unfinished words described. Oh, what secret object are both of these unfinished words describing? Flip the box over and okay. So you're trying to. It's sort of got that like spooky like Ouija board style. Can you figure something out from beyond? And it's a really cool word game. I covered this way back in the day on Good Looking Kickstarters with Becca, and we were like just really fascinated by this. And I'm so stoked I finally got a copy, so I get to play with friends and family real soon. Okay, moving right along. Oh, this one was another huge hit. Of course, Lost Ruins of Arneck. People love this, and they were going crazy over it. I want to thank Nathan over there at CGE for saving me a copy. Thanks, Nathan. This is the new expansion for Lost Ruins of Arneck, where you're going through campaign style. It is the Missing Expedition, and you got new leaders, from the leader expansion to temples explore, assistants, guardians, and so forth, and all kinds of mysterious artifacts. Then a 6-chapter campaign. Now, I'm really bummed because Min and Elwin, the designers of the game, were at the con in the CGE room. I really wanted to meet them, just tell them how much I've enjoyed Arneck so far. I missed them both times I had opportunity. So one time I went there, they were on their lunch break, and the other time I was able to run over there, they had already gone. So hopefully at the next convention, but Lost Ruins of Arneck, the Missing Expedition. Cannot wait to play that. All right. Oh, this one. Okay, so I loved XLibris back in the day. But unfortunately, the graphic design on that game had left a lot to be desired. It was really tough for anyone with visual issues, but also anyone in general. I found it was really hard to read like what was on the worker placement spaces. Just the way the type was, it was small, and the iconography wasn't clear and whatnot. But this new edition, XLibris, apparently fixes all that, and hopefully fixes it. I haven't even opened it. It's still in shrink. Excuse me. And it comes with the Expanded Archives expansion. I want to thank Renegade Game Studios for hooking me up. Thanks Sarah and Matthew. Appreciate it. So I can't wait to play this, because I actually traded my old copy away. As much as I loved it, and it had a solo game as well, I played that several times. It was just one of those things, I need to move on. I mean, it's not going to get to the table much just because of I literally printed out a sheet that had all the actions listed on it. Hopefully that solves this, or this solves that problem. And also I got a little promo pack, I believe. Yeah. What is this called? The bookends. So I get to use that as well. So super excited to get XLibris back on the table. Welcome back, XLibris. I missed you. I hope you've been well. Oh, this one... For my friends at Cryptosong, I want to say thanks to Nathaniel, my buddy over there. This is a deck building, the DC deck building game, which I've always enjoyed, but for whatever reason, it may be the whole like DC Marvel thing. I've always just been more into Marvel, like, a lot of people. and DC always seems to slip under my radar. But thanks to Nathaniel and the team over there, they hooked me up with the Injustice Gods Among Us game, along with some promos of Birds of Prey. Now you'll notice it's a little rough here. This is the game that took the most damage in transport. So I took 3 bags of games home this time, over maybe close to 40 games, I think. And this one just got smushed. There's this one, and there's another one that got smushed. And you can see it's rough around the edges, unfortunately. But hey, inside the components are perfect. And I'm not one of those to really sweat boxes. I mean, if it's damaged, it's damaged. As long as the components are good, I'm not going to sweat that. So thanks to Nathaniel and the team over there for hooking me up with DC deck building game. I want to thank our friends at Wise Wizard Games. Excuse me, Rob, Deb, and Derek Funkhauser. They were awesome, and I partnered with them. I think last year or the year before. Michelle and I really enjoyed the Roboquest Arena prototype, and it's basically Robo Rally, programming game meets deck building, and the deck building's fun. It's got an arena. You are battling robots. You can see I've already opened it. I was so excited because these minis. Oh my gosh, these are some big chunky. Is that a word, chunky? I think it is, right? Chunky minis. I mean, look at this. I think this is the one that was actually based on the Pug. So of course, I had to get that. And there's, oh gosh, these are and they're pre-painted. I mean, how awesome is that? And so you just go on your arena, you're battling, beating each other up, and your robots up. And you deck build, you're going to improve your movement and your combat, so forth. You have special abilities for them. We love the prototype. I'm sure we're going to love this final production copy, Roboquest Arena. Thanks again to Derek Funkhauser and also Rob and Deb over there at Wise Wizard. Always enjoy seeing them. Cannot wait to play this. They're also the ones that do Wise Wizard, or I mean not Wise Wizard, Star Realms, Hero Realms, some of my favorite deck building games. And Roboquest Arena, I'm already thinking this is going to be, well, I played the prototype and I loved it, and I can see hopefully that it really takes off and people get into it, because I can see it, getting expansions and whatnot. All right, let's go back to Thunderworks, Dawn of Ulus. So this is a heavier game set in the world of Role Player. This is, I believe, an economic game, economic tile laying game. So that really intrigued me. Economic tile laying. I don't really see too many of those games. So this one caught my eye immediately. So I want to thank the team over there for, hooking me up. Kirk, it was really nice to meet him in person for the first time. So this one, they also gave me, we had some promo tiles, Rift tile pack for terrain. And also, and this had me so stoked, the metal coins. So this right here weighed down my bag, so I had to find a way, right, to get all this in. But yeah, Dawn of Ulus, cannot wait to play this one as well. I mean, I can't wait to play all of these, and we'll see what sticks, right? And you'll see some of these here on my YouTube channel. What you're watching right now, I stream almost all of my gameplay first on Twitch, and then port it over here onto YouTube. So be sure, if you haven't already, to follow me on Twitch. Check it out the description below. All right, Dawn of Ulus, you go over there. And let's continue with, here's a game that y'all may have known about from a few years ago, Funfair. I liked Unfair. I didn't love it, but apparently Funfair fixes that. I know Richard from the Rahdo Run Through channel loves this game. He prefers it to the original Unfair. And this one I was gifted by our friends at Good Games in Indianapolis. They are a board game store and a publisher. So this is one of the games they publish. I am part of Tabletop Live Network, one of the co-founders, along with Brothers Murph, and we had a meetup there put together by our good friend and fellow TLN collaborator, Jess CCG. And, thanks to Jack, the owner, he said, anyone, part of TLN, you come to the meetup, you get a free game. And it was Funfair. I'm like, what? This is awesome. It's like a $50, $60 game. So I cannot wait to play this. Now, Michelle hasn't played the original. And so I think she would like this because, again, it's not as mean or cutthroat as the original. I think we're going to have a good time with this. This is, actually building your own amusement park rides and stuff. So this is definitely going on the play ASAP list. What else do we got? Oh, we got tons more, folks. Mission Control. I saw this last year in prototype form, and to see it complete, done now from, what company is it? 3WS. Is that what it's going to be? Third World Studios. to see the final edition is a real treat. So I want to thank Michael for hooking me up. This one is a real-time roll and write game, and Houston, we have a problem. Yes, you're trying to communicate with your team and get your astronauts back home safely, and I cannot wait to play this. Just like, have I been saying that about each game? I think I have, but it's a 20-minute game, real-time roll and write. You are trying to guide your fellow astronauts back to safety. It's cooperative real-time, and this looks really cool. And, I got to mention the booth. The booth was really neat because they had people dressed in actual astronaut costumes, which was great. And you could actually buy, I think it was a bag. I wish I'm sort of like regretting not getting this bag now. It was like a backpack / rolling bag, I think. You can convert, and it's either a red one or a blue one. And I think it said Saga, which is part of the game. SAGA, the Space and Aeronautics Global Alliance. So it had that logo. It sort of looked like NASA, but by far the coolest looking bag on the floor. So that is Mission Control Critical Orbit. I'm sure you'll be seeing it on my channel live stream soon. Again, that's twitch.tv/RuelGaviola. This is a game next up from our friends at Arcane Wonders. Neotopia, another tile laying game. This game looks so pretty. I'm just looking at this. And yeah, I don't know if y'all can see just all the pretty bits and whatnot. This was one of my most anticipated. We talked about it, Richard and I think it was Chris. Did we have another guest? I forget if we had another guest that day. But on the R&R show, we talked about our most anticipated games at Gen Con. This was one of mine. So I cannot wait to get this to the table, as I said about all these games. But this one, probably be one of the first that I get to because it's my jam. It's Michelle and I love tile laying, and it's got sort of like that Azul, I think, type of placement where certain tiles in the same clusters or whatever are going to score more points and so forth. So Neotopia. All right, I got to take a picture of the floor after this because all these games it's just a big mess. But y'all can see, you can see sort of like I've got Artists of Splendid Veil there. Continuing on, I've got Star Trek Discovery Black Alert. This is a team game set in the Discovery universe. This is like that mirror universe, like Discovery. So I confession, I didn't watch all of Discovery. So I believe there's like a mirrored universe episode or episodes where the crew takes on, their evil, twins basically. And you're going to be fighting amongst that. And one of the teams, I think it's like 2v2. Yeah, it's like 1v1, 2v2. Yep. One of your teams are going to come out on top and not rule the universe, but you know what I mean. So Star Trek, I'm always into. I need to watch more Discovery. I love Strange New Worlds. If they come out with Strange New Worlds game, I'm all about that. So I'm probably gonna have to go back to Discovery and rejoin that. I know my brother enjoyed it. Okay. Let's see. Also from PSC Games, was this under? I believe this was under the Floodgate Games banner as well. Dogfight. They had a set of 3 games that were 2-player games. These are, and this actually can be soloed as well. This is an old school Dogfight. You see there. You use your movement cards and bang bang, shoot them up, and try to be the final one player standing. So this is a Horn in the Box. Next in the acclaimed line of Blitzkrieg war games for non-war gamers, Dogfight continues the tradition of simple but challenging rules with great replayability. So again, these are war games for non-war gamers, which I totally fall under. And I can't say I will be a huge fan of this. I'm not sure. But I did love, what was that? Undaunted. That was a war game using deck building and this really neat spatial mechanism, which I thought was really cool. So I can't say I'll be a war gamer, but I'm definitely interested in these type of games that bring the war gaming experience without all, with a little more accessibility. So I can take a sip of my In-N-Out Arnold Palmer real quick. So cannot wait to get that as well as all these other games. This one was one of my most anticipated as well. Pollen. This game by the good doctor, the one and only doctor, Dr. Reiner Knizia. And thanks to Allplay for hooking me up. Now, Pollen, I also just realized they gave me the really nice upgraded bits. So thank you to Allplay for that. I'm going to put the bits in the box. So I've already punched this. So I've already punched a bunch of this stuff because, when you pack for, coming back from a convention, every ounce counts. So, I remember after I punched almost all my games, I saved a couple of pounds. So I'm going to put, excuse me, these back in here. I'm excited about this because it's a Reiner Knizia game, and it also re-implements one of probably my favorite Knizia game, Samurai. So Samurai became Samurai the card game, long out of print, and I actually had it on my wish list on BGG. I've wanted Samurai the card game for years, but they have rethemed it into Pollen. Any kind of nature theme, I'm all about. Knizia, I'm all about. I have no idea how this is going to play, but if it's anything like the original Samurai game, then it's, area control and tile placement. So this looks like it's got a similar style of game to that, but it's going to be card-based rather than tile-based like the original. So Pollen, one of my most anticipated. I'm so excited I got that at Gen Con. All right, let's go. Back to Renegade. Renegade got some really classic titles in their line recently. So they got Axis and Allies, they got Robo Rally, and they got Acquire. This is a game I've wanted to play for years. This is Sid Sackson, a designer, an American designer, way ahead of his time. This game, folks, I think it was published in 1969, before so many of us have been born, right? Some of us have been born around that time, but oh my goodness, they have pretty much kept the basics look of the game. I do like the new cover way better. But what's interesting, and I'm not sure how I feel about this, but I'm going to see how it could be easily replaced. But they have paper money, which is just like the OG original version. This is a game of building, your hotel empire, your real estate empire, and like other Sid Sackson designs, it's supposed to be super streamlined, but with a ton of strategy, even though it's, really easy to pick up. So, oh man, this is, I'm so excited to get this. I want to thank Renegade again for providing me a copy, because this is a game I've long wanted to play, a classic Acquire. Sid Sackson, if the name doesn't sound familiar, if you play the game Can't Stop, that's probably the one that I love the most. Can't Stop, there's another one too. I forget. Look it up on the internet. Y'all know how to use the internet. But Can't Stop's a great push your luck game. And Acquire. Oh, super excited about that one. Also excited, we talked about Devere earlier. Want to thank my friend Marcelo for providing not only those small box games, but also Three Ring Circus. This is another one that was hit at Gen Con. A lot of people were talking about this. I'm excited mainly because of the designer. Fabio, I want to make sure I get his name right. Fabio Lopiano. Huge fan of his games. He did Kalamala. He also did Zapotec and Merv. These are games, in my opinion, that give you that nice crunch, the nice brain burn without the 3-hour gameplay. You can play his games usually in an hour, maybe 90 minutes, even less than that. I know Zapotec and Founders of Teotihuacan, I was playing those in like 45 minutes, 2-player, or did I play 3-player? I forget which one I played 3. It was around an hour, but really, really cool designs. Again, Euros that aren't like heavy Euros. I'd say light medium. I love that design space, and I'm so glad to see that that more games are coming out in that, especially from Devere and also Board and Dice. I think they've got both of them have growing catalogs where they have those games for me who likes Euros, but I don't want to sit for 3 hours, which is sort of ironic because my favorite game, Twilight Imperium, takes twice that long. But that's a once in a blue moon type game. Anyways, Three Ring Circus. One thing I have to mention, I love this. So, the theme, turn of the century circus, animals, just to be straight up, animal cruelty at that time. It's we've learned and we've progressed from the circuses of back then. And here's the thing, you can still play it with the original theme. Just take it as, hey, this is a historical type thing. This is what happened back then. But what's really cool, they came out with a solidarity deck. So this replaces all the cards that are in the game that have anything to do with, animals or animal cruelty, because it's a circus. And they replace it with these steampunk things, steampunk cards. So you have steampunk dogs, right? Is this a dog? Yeah. You have like all kinds of steampunk animals and whatnot, which I think is such a clever way to do it. You have the steampunk elephant, right? And it's such a cool way to do it. Like, it's problem solved, right? Just takes a little thinking outside of the box, so to speak, right? Because you actually have this deck. So I think you could buy it in addition to buying the base game. And what's neat is they actually were serving popcorn during the convention, $1 a bag, and proceeds went to an animal rescue foundation, which I thought was so cool. So shout out to Devere. Thank you to my buddy Marcelo for the copy of Three Ring Circus. Fabio Lopiano, is this got a solo? Because I'm playing a solo. Yeah, I'm playing a solo. Says 80 minutes, and that's pretty much what I remember all the games that he designed fall under. Okay, continuing. I still got tons of games to talk about, folks. Well, not tons, but we got some more. Waffle Time from AEG. I'd mentioned their swag bag at the end of the presentation, and this one was also one that sort of got beat up in the process of shipping home. But you had me at Waffle Time. Come on, it's got waffles. You are literally with your waffle board, you got all kinds of toppings, and you're putting toppings on waffles. That's all I know. Oops, I just spilled some of the pieces. I've opened the game to punch it and, to add some, get rid of some of that weight. So I still need to look at through the game. It's a food-based game. I'm going to love it. Well, at least I'm going to get hungry from it. I will look forward to playing it, though. More food games, folks. I love nature games, but I really love food games. And speaking of food games, the next one, you had me at the cover. Japanime games. I don't normally, honestly, I don't really have Japanime games on my radar. But as you saw, Banana, that one with the kitty and the banana, I was like, okay, cute. And again, Chelsea Swartz, I know the designer. And then this came on board, Sushi Boat. Folks, I love sushi. I love these revolving sushi. So this, did I take the board out? I think yeah. So this is great. And this is really one of the best components out there. This is a sushi, conveyor belt sushi where you can get your sushi. Well, this replicates that. You're going to place all kinds of sushi here and you move it on and then it goes here. Whoop. And it comes back out here, or it's the other way around. This is the entrance, the exit. If it goes too far here, you're going to trash it. Like, no one wants wasted sushi. Oops, there's the other one. So it's all kinds. It's a set collection game. You have cards. And, you had me at the Sushi Boat. That is such a beautiful component. And I want to thank Ryan for hooking me up with a copy. This one I know is going to get played very soon because Michelle and I are huge sushi fans. And, how could you not want to make a boat full of sushi? Oh, one of my favorite foods of all time, and we'll see if the game lives up to the hype. Okay. Oh, what else do I got? I've got that one. The last one. So let's see. We talked about these. The last one, folks, that I got from publisher, our friends at Game Right. Oh no, Volcano! This wasn't on my radar, but it was when I saw the sign and I saw the designer. Do you see the designer? Where does it say? Oh, right here. Phil Walker Harding. Praise be. Yes, I am fired up about this. Get it? Fired up, Volcano. This one is basically, they took Plinko, the Price is Right game where you drop, the little coin and it goes down the thing here, and made it into a game. I love it. So you're climbers. This is the Volcano. You're climbing using your movement cards, climbing up, up, up. And each time you climb up, at the bottom of your card, it's going to tell you a number, and you have to drop a volcano fireball down. It's basically a marble. And you drop it down, and if it hits your climber, it may fall off. And then you get like a little makeup. It's called a gear card. So your next turn, you could use a gear card, which is more movement and stuff. And you can also have like boulders, or no, is it boulder cover or something? So you're going to place those, and those sort of protect you. Oh, watching the demo of this was super fun. And I got to meet Phil Walker Harding, folks. It was such a treat. Lovely gentleman, very nice, very kind. He has some very nice things to say, and I really appreciate it. And I hope I conveyed to him how much of a fan I was. So this one was another game where they had sold out, and they were completely sold out. They just had the demo copy, and I was talking to I forget the people's names there, so I apologize. It was such a big event. So many people I got to meet. But they were kind enough, they were very kind. They said, hey, you know what? We're done demoing this because we can't sell anymore, so you can have the demo copy. This is another Cooties copy. Yes, a demo copy where, I cleaned it up afterwards, and here we are. I've got it. I love this game. It's simple, But just like other Phil Walker Harding games, it's one of those games where you can bring it to a non-gamer event. People get into, I mean, the table presence in this. I mean, you got that Volcano. People are going to love that. And it's easy enough to get into, but has just enough for all of us, more veteran gamers where, you still have decisions to make and it's not just, some random luck fest. But, oh, I love this. It's Phil Walker Harding, folks, Sushi Go, and all kinds of great games. So praise be. Super excited about this one. Michelle and I actually played this one already. So, other games. So those are all the games I got from publishers, and again, I want to thank them, for supporting me and the channel for so long. And I've got some games that were given to me by friends, and also games that I bought personally. So the first one, I want to thank my friend Lydia for getting me a Taco Cat goat cheese pizza. So I've never played this game. I know Amy and Maggie from Thicker Themer love it. I know so many people that enjoy this. But what's really neat about this, Lydia knows how much Lydia knows Michelle and I personally. We're friends. And she knows how much we love soccer and sports ball. And at the time, the FIFA World, at the time of the video, and also last week at Gen Con, FIFA World Cup was going on, Women's World Cup was going on. The U.S. was still in it. Unfortunately, they went out real quick. But this is the FIFA edition of this. I have no idea how it's different from normal Taco Cat goat cheese pizza, but we're going to find out because thanks to Lydia, we can play this now. So thanks, Lydia. Also from my friend Linnea, you may know her in chat, Twitch family, Fam Bam. You can also join the Discord community, folks. Check out the description below for the link. Gifted me the game, quick and easy. It was so nice of Linnea to do that. I'd played this with Linnea. She'd introduced this to me last year at PAX Unplugged, and we had a great time with it. I don't think we won, but she ended up grabbing a couple of copies because they're like super cheap and gifted me one. That's so kind of her. And we played, it was me, Linnea, Michelle, and I believe Variant Hex. So we played this game. You play 5, and we lost terribly the first time. And then we barely lost the second time. So getting close. So Michelle and I, we want to try play it 2 players and see if we can beat this. So it's basically the game, but quick and easy, just like the title says. You have fewer cards. You're just doing 1 through 10, trying to go ascending and descending cooperatively. Really fun implementation of the game. Okay, games that I bought. I talked about Good Games earlier, publisher and game store. They kindly hosted the TLN meetup this year and last year. And Jack is just a good human being. And, whenever I'm at a gaming store, local gaming store, wherever I, travel to or whatever, I like to try to support. And they had a game that I've been dying to play. They actually published this game too. So I bought this at the store, Land versus Sea. Tile laying game. It's one of those, takes 2 minutes to learn, but, it takes a lifetime to master, I guess. So Michelle and I are going to be playing this head-to-head, Land versus Sea. Happy to support Good Games in Indianapolis. It's cool. If you haven't been there, folks, it's literally like a block and a half away from the convention center. So please be sure to check it out. Good people, good game store, good publisher. And finally, I couldn't resist. I love owning games, just like many of you do too. The hot game at the con was definitely for was Tiger and Dragon. And I played this. I didn't really get going until a couple of turns. Then it was like, oh, this is actually really cool. I bought this. I'm going to tell you, confession time, folks. I bought this purely based on seeing that it had Mahjong style tiles. I had no idea how to play this game. And I got it for that, and I'm glad I did, because it's really interesting game. It's a race. You're trying to get rid of all your, Mahjong tiles. And they're numbered 1 through 9, I believe, or 1 through 8. And, there's 1 1, there's 2 2s, 3 3s, all the way up to 8. And what you're trying to do, you play one of those tiles, then the next player must match it or pass. If they pass, the next person has a shot. If it gets back to you, then you get to take another turn. If not, then the person who matches, they get to place a different tile, and it goes so forth. And then depending on what tile you end on, gives you different scoring points. Like maybe it's if you end on on a 4, you're going to get 3 points or whatever. It's neat because there's a bunch of different battles that you can do. They give you different point totals and different conditions and so forth. There's also a team cooperative play mode Really looking forward to that. I just played competitively, 3 players, played a couple of games, loved it. It really, it didn't click until a few turns in, but afterwards, it's like, oh, another beautiful Oink game. Plays in 20 minutes. And this is actually, for Oink game, this is huge for an Oink game. Those are, Deep Sea Adventure and so forth. They're like little boxes, but just very, I love how clean their designs are, and just the aesthetic. And finally, I bought one more. I was a deal at the Oink booth. It was like, you buy 2 games, you get like $5 off or something. So of course, I had to get Make the Difference, along with the Make the Difference expansion pack. So this game is a game that you draw. It's a drawing game. They have drawings, and what you're doing is you're making little marks on your drawing, and then your opponents have to try to figure out what you've changed. So it's like one of those, you've seen these puzzles in, books or magazines or whatever, even on the internet, where like, this little bunny character here in the original, and then you're looking at the changed one that I've done. It's like, oh, Ruel's, drawing a mustache or something. And depending on how fast you do it, it's a timed game. Depending on how fast you do it, you're going to get points. Maybe your opponent, the person who's drawn, will get points, or both of you will get points. It just depends on where you are. Like, there's like 3 time segments. So I thought that was really neat, and I haven't played it yet. It just seemed like it's, the type of game Michelle and I would enjoy. And they had a special too. It's like, get the expansion for, I don't know if it was free, or I just couldn't resist. Honestly, at the Oinks game booth, folks, it's super easy to just go crazy and like, I'm going to get them all because they're so small, and, a couple $100 later, uh-oh. The bank account hurts. Looking around here, I think that's all. I've got, just a couple of little random things. No, that's it as far as games. Oh, one more game, which I didn't show you because I don't know where it is. I think it might be in the other room, but it's Trash Talk. I love this game. Michelle and I played it, really enjoyed it. It's a party game. You can actually play with 2, but it's more fun with more players. Christine and Shu of the Going Analog podcast, we did a Gen Con live stream, talked about it. Really cool idea where you have these cards, a clue card, right? One word. You put 3 of them out, and then you have these junk drawer items, they have like a little finger monster, they have like a mini slinky, like a ball, just all kinds of random stuff. I describe it like if you emptied out a kid's pocket, you'd find all these toys and, knickknacks and stuff. So you have those items, and what you're doing is trying to guess the words based on what items you put on there. So if the word is like, it could be, fast, right? Maybe you have like a toy race car. You put the race car on that, and then, so the player who's picking the words and the clues, they put it behind the screen so you can't see. Then everyone else works as a team trying, okay, Ruel, there's the word fast, slow, and robot. Fast, we'll put the car there. Slow, we've got the mini slinky, and then robot, I don't know, just some random, finger monster. And then I say, okay, you've got these right, this one's wrong. You have one more shot to do it, and then, you try it again. And basically, if you get them right all the way up to 10, if you can name all 10, you've won the game. So it's sort of like Just One, but with random, household items. I love it. And we talked about how it's basically infinitely expandable, because as long as you have 2 of each item in your house, like 2 meeples, I don't know, 2, I'm looking here, 2 bags of popcorn, whatever, you can use that as the clues. It's great. So that's Trash Talk, folks. Check that out. I'm actually going to be playing it during the TLN Extra Life marathon. So this coming week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you're going to see all of TLN raising funds for Extra Life. It's a great cause for children's hospitals. Where I'm going to play it with chat, so please join me and all the TLN this upcoming weekend. Folks, woo! I'm going to take one more sip because I deserve it. Thank you for tuning in to my Gen Con haul. Be sure to click the like and subscribe button. Look at the description below for all kinds of info where you can find me on the interwebs. And let me know what you got at Gen Con. I'd love to hear. And be sure to, again, join the Discord community and find me on Twitch. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, friends.